Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today. Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
Alright, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass podcast with Kevin and Chuck. Today we're going to talk about off-grid income. Basically, not being dependent on a boss or, if you lost your job, I always hear, oh, there's nothing I can do, there's no work, nobody will hire me. We're going to kind of talk about thinking outside the box and ways to make money without working for the man, basically. Mm-hmm. Basically trying to find your own way and make your own thing. There's a lot to be said. People want to set up the homestead and whatever, and they're like, I can't work on that timeline with my job because I have to leave my house at 6, get on the train, and then I'm not home till 7, and there's just no way I can run a homestead or a farm or, I think basically, for another episode, it's about streamlining your expenses, not having any debt, not having whatever. But I think some of the things we're going to talk about, you could have the debt and be where you are right now in life, and maybe this could get you off grid a little bit sooner. And off grid, I'm not talking about power right now, that kind of thing. I'm talking about the grid of the social structure of the world. Basically, the, working at, one of these big blue chip companies, Fortune 500 or whatever you do. Maybe it's working at the Target or something, mm-hmm. I don't know. But finding a way to just kind of provide for yourself. And, John Galt was always talking about you don't want to keep feeding the man. Well, obviously here we support paying taxes and give to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? Oh, what? Atlas Shrugged?
Who's John Galt?
Who is John Galt? That's a good question.
You were talking about paying taxes, and I think that's we should just give a quick throw it out there that you should be paying taxes on any trades or work you do for people.
The way I see it, you don't want to invite government intrusion into your life. Mm-hmm. I am not saying that I like government, but I also know if we can keep them happy and at bay, mm-hmm. maybe I'll just work a little bit harder. And I think they say 42% of personal wealth ends up going into taxes.
Yeah,
and I know that's discouraging for some. Now we're going to talk about a lot of things today where, maybe they're not the normal reported income kind of things. Well, pay your taxes, give the devil his due. And
the IRS is not one of the groups of people you want to mess with.
No. So just keep that said, we're going to talk about a bunch of ways to find money for yourself mm-hmm. and not work for the man.
Right. Yeah, I do a little bit of work on the side.
Right.
And it's hard to do when you've got your 9-to-5 job. You've got a limited amount of time. You want to spend time with your family. You want to spend time with your, with your friends and doing things. But how much time do you spend watching TV at home?
Right.
That's a huge time that you use up that you don't use for anything worthwhile. How much does TV benefit you? Well, I do watch the Housewives of.
There's
the Midget Wives.
I haven't seen the Midget Wives.
I don't know what the name of the show is, but they've got like a group of
midgets that are
midget
wives?
women that are snipey with each other, and they're just,
Ooh.
you know. But I don't know. Apparently, midgets are a lot ruder than regular people.
Yeah.
But I mean, doing a little bit of work on the side is not necessarily worth making a lot of money, but keeping those contacts, keeping the
Yes.
the sources
And
available.
it kind of helps you realize the value of your labor.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that, that you feel like, but there's a bunch of things that, you can kind of do for yourself.
Right.
I mean, to bring in money.
Right. And I know, there's definitely even with a limited skill set, there's a lot of people out there that need help with just if you can move things, if you can help clean out their
Have
garage.
you got a pickup truck? I mean, they
Yeah.
say the pickup is the key to an off-the-grid income.
It is, and that's you can make a decent amount of money on a day just going around collecting scrap metal if you have a pickup truck to move it with.
Depending on the cost of scrap. I think right now it's a little questionable. But
Well, it's a good place to get copper is abandoned houses. Just kick the walls out. And
That's
the
how you
copper
do
out
it?
of the- yeah, that's
that's
how
how
they used to
you.
do it.
That's
And-
what you call your extra income.
Yeah, I know.
Those are the side jobs
I
you're
was
doing.
working on
Oh,
a-
nobody's home. Let me go get the copper.
I was working on a house in or a retirement home in East St. Louis,
Yeah.
and somebody came one night. They broke into the job boxes and took all the extension cords out, dumped a little bit of gasoline on them, burned the rubber off, and
Yeah.
took all the copper down to the place. I mean, there's probably maybe $600 worth of extension cords. Maybe they got $80, but
Maybe.
probably less than that.
Yeah.
But it didn't cost them anything except for $1 of gasoline.
All right. So like we just talked about, if you got a pickup truck, firewood's
Firewood's
huge.
great, yeah.
And people talk about, oh, well, how do I find some? There's fallen trees everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you just drive down the kind of, country mountainous roads, you
Mm-hmm.
can find fallen trees and just start cutting up those.
Yeah.
Maybe you advertise, local, put a sign up at the pizza place, penny saver, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was told the bowling alley, right? Isn't that what you were telling me? Is the
bowling, that must have been somebody else.
somebody was telling me that the bowling alley is a big hot spot for advertising for kind of unusual, out of the box stuff. But if you do tree removal,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting firewood you can go sell,
Right.
and you're getting paid to cut down somebody's tree.
Right.
Now, you kind of want to know what you're doing if you're cutting next to somebody's house and
Right.
whatever.
And yeah, you want to, I mean, you also want to give that time to season. And if somebody's delivering you firewood, remember that it's not possible to fit a cord of wood in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh.
But if you're delivering firewood,
It's
that's not
definitely a
necessarily the
cord-
case.
It would. So, I mean, that's, one of the pickup kind of things. You have the lawn and garden stuff. You take your tractor over, cut somebody's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A tractor can pay for itself pretty quick. If you're able to put the time in, maybe snow plowing. You're gonna.
Yeah, in this area, snow plowing is a decent way to make money when it's too cold to be making money other ways.
I don't know if you're gonna turn the huge profit when you gotta get some big contracts if you're buying the $7,000 plow setup.
Right.
But you can find cheaper setups. Is the bottom line. You can buy a truck and a plow for $2,500 if you play your cards right.
Right.
But just may not be as pretty as you want it to be.
It's a lot easier than shoveling all that snow too.
I know you've dabbled in the past with making furniture.
Yeah, a real easy way to make some quick money is hit the yard sales, get old beat up furniture, and just clean it up. Sand it down, stain it,
New
and
finish,
new
shabby
new-
chic. Is that
new
you?
hardware. Pick up some new hardware, new drawer pulls and things like that, and you can make something look decent.
If you have the right mindset and you're paying attention, like my wife dragged me to Pier 1 or something the other day, and they had all these knobs for like 50 cents because they were weird and obscure. And
Right.
like, I think they had some ladybug knobs but they were big like glass balls. And I'm like, oh, our daughter would love that.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that's ridiculous. What are you going to do that for? And then, I come home and they're like, oh, this is great. But that's the thing, little accents, if you kind of understand, there's something for everyone.
Right. And I don't think I've actually bought a piece of furniture. I bought a couch and last month, and I think before that, it's probably been 5 years since I actually bought a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Everything I have is refinished.
We're not about, maybe spending the big money, but other people are. But also, if you hit up some of the local antique stores and talk to them, hey, if you get 50%, I get 50%, would you let me put some of mine? Maybe you can work a better deal than that. I don't know. But put some of my furniture in your store and kind of move. If you're making some good craftsman quality stuff, the right market, being willing to give up some of your profit, you might find you get more profit.
Yeah, you might be able to sell a piece for $1,000 at an antique store.
That's like the art gallery that can sell a painting for $20,000, and they want half of it, and you only get 10. But if you try and sell it, and you can only get $500 for it,
and you would not believe the amount of bullshit art I see out there. Well, you can create at home. You could just put paint on a canvas, and somebody would pay money for it as long as it's advertised right. You don't have to have any
framed
talent.
right, advertised. Yeah. There's a difference. You got to still put some work into setting things up. So, that said, whatever. I'm not. That's not maybe the only thing. Yeah. But there's a lot of trades like plumbing, mechanic. I mean, an auto mechanic. You can kind of run something out of your garage. Now, I understand there's licensing and whatever, and you need a little placard that says, I give money to New York State or something to put up there. But
I mean, I'm sure you can buy those little placards. I bet there's another guy that makes those placards for sale.
There you go. So that's an option. We already, we talked about lawn and garden. But then, there's a lot of these shows, Mountain Men and different things I see on the History Channel and Discovery. I think there's one, Filthy Riches. There's a couple different things. Guys are out there cutting burls out of trees. Do you know what these are? These big knots?
Yeah, I know what that is. I never...
apparently, when you make like high-end luxury cars or a lot of nice furniture like tables and stuff, when you cut the burls, it's very detailed, ornate type, wood. And it really stands out. So they get a real premium. They'll get, like, on the show they're talking about, I'll get $5,000 for this. I'll get $10,000 just for the big hunk of wood. And they're just kind of out scoping the woods. And, most of us are hunters and out there at least hiking in nature. You might come across these things and be like, hey. Now, obviously, we're not stealing things off people's property, but maybe you make a deal. Hey, one of your trees back there, I'd like to take it for, firewood or whatever you want, and tell the guy, and, what could you give me? Or I want to make a table out of it. Right. Could I give you $200, $500, and you let me take that? Maybe $50. I don't know.
And there's a lot of trees, to keep in mind as you get older and whatnot. There's a lot of trees you can plant in your yard that in 20 or 30 years is going to be worth a lot of money. And you might never see that money, but your kids might.
Well, actually, that was one of the things that I've seen. I'm always, jumping around onto the next get rich quick kind of thing, and but still slow and steady fighting my own battles, making the money. But one of the things I came across is ginseng, and ginseng on the cheaper end sells for about $400 a pound.
It's quite a bit
for a root, and I hear people getting $750, $800, depending how old it is, how mature.
Yeah, and this is we have some of the nicest ginseng in the world actually in our area.
Yeah, it's very good here.
For growing naturally.
Actually, a lot of the Northeast is pretty good. Tennessee, Kentucky, and I know that's not Northeast. That's
the Northeast and East, Tennessee and Kentucky.
The East. We have a lot of that stuff going on, and basically, I ended up, once I started reading about it, I actually have some mountains and stuff around me and hillsides and rocky places where ginseng grows. And I went out and I planted a ton of it. Probably about 5 years ago now.
Okay, so
it's
you got
just
a couple
coming
years
into
still.
maturity. Well, they say about 6 years is kind
6
of
years?
ideal.
Okay.
Well, it's the starting point.
All right, so after
But
that
also, once you plant it and it starts growing, you can go out and pull the seeds in the fall and plant. Replant. You keep taking the seeds and replanting it. But actually, I'm going to throw you guys a bone. I ended up making an ebook, and I'm going to probably end up putting it on the Amazon and selling it when I get around to it. But because I'm cool and you guys are always good to us downloading the episodes, I'm going to put the ebook up for free download in the show notes.
Nice.
So if you have interest in growing ginseng, why don't you click that, take a look at it, and then you'll laugh because I sell this thing for $39 and actually do pretty good. People buying it, so that's something cool too. But I don't know, moving on to other things, so whatever. And you guys would all be new customers anyway, so I'll just throw that up there for you for free.
Nice.
Another benefit to listening to the Survival Basic Badass podcast. Also, worms. People out getting bloodworms.
Oh yeah, for fishing.
Digging them up. Yeah, hustling.
Okay.
You make some money there. You can also grow your worms. You always hear about people having the little worm farm in the backyard. Something you could look into.
Yeah.
It's not bloodworms in the backyard, but regular night crawlers.
Yeah.
Whatever, that kind of thing.
My compost. I didn't know I could be selling them all.
Hey, there's opportunity. What else? Mushrooms. People like to go out and collect mushrooms. You can turn a nice living. And the thing is, I was thinking about it, and you want to be able to stay busy all year long. But there's a lot of things you can do if you really kind of look outside, the norm. Writing ebooks, something you can do in the winter. Snow plowing, something you can do in the winter. You can make furniture in the winter. All these things. Plus, you can be selling a lot of the firewood that maybe you cut and got in the fall and the spring and summer.
Yeah, it's worth a lot more when it's cold out.
But then you got, the fall is the ginseng, but you have the mushrooms a good part of the year. And then a lot of this work you could be doing. I looked at, you have people do PC repair. I always see that kind of thing. Again, that's something you kind of need to know about. I'm just giving people, some of these might strike you as something that you're adept to, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and think about your skill set. Think about where you work and what you could do outside of, your business time.
I know a young guy that does video and photography, and, he's filming weddings, getting, $1,000, $1,500 a wedding. And it was funny because, everyone's always like, well, yeah, but how do you find those opportunities? And, he found the opportunity. That's the bottom line.
A lot of it's,
you know what he
networking.
did? He told me, he's like, well, I had this weekend where I had nothing going on, and I didn't have any work, so I just went and filmed a local concert just to kind of help the guys out, and I did it for free. Nobody wanted anything and whatever. I filmed it, and then somebody approached me and was like, hey, I see you do this.
Right.
I have a wedding coming up. Would you be available? And just kind of putting yourself out there and kind of getting known in the community as somebody who does that,
Yeah.
Maybe you hustle a little bit and knock on some doors. Hey, I see that, fallen tree in your yard. Or I remember back in the day, I think you did some kind of driveway sealing, right?
Yep. You can just go to door and knock
And really, you don't even need a trailer. No, I mean, really, you could buy the 5-gallon buckets of sealer and a couple brushes and, a spreader kind of thing. So what? Maybe $150 in investment.
Right.
You could do a normal small driveway. A 2-car kind of driveway.
And a lot of it, you got to think about capitalism and how it works.
Yeah.
The capital you own should be able to make you money.
Exactly. Little soldiers that go out and work for you. That's what I say.
Yep.
See what else I got here. So yeah, no, believe it or not, writing ebooks, that kind of thing. I actually talk to people who do pretty well selling them on the Amazon. And you can write like 30-page ebook, and they sell them on Amazon. Usually stuff on Amazon's like $2, $3. But if it's a hot topic, you get the right thing. You kind of get the recurring revenue, and people.
Right, and if you have even ideas for just stupid little things, it's not expensive to have T-shirts made with logos that you design put on them.
No,
if you can sell them, have a place to sell them. Hypothetically, maybe if you designed a patch, you could get somebody to make those patches for you.
Oh yeah,
and then give them away on your podcast.
Oh, but wait, giving it away, that doesn't
that
sound
already
like...
happened. That's over now.
Oh no, okay. Now, you got to watch out. There's, I heard stories about, like, you get the shysters that come around and knock on the doors, and you think, oh, this guy's hustling for money. I like he's taking opportunities. And then, you get these rip-off guys that, oh, I have oil, but you got to prepay. Give me $500 and I'll come back with a tank of oil for you. Or I've seen here $500 and I'll fill your tank, and then they put a couple gallons in and they're off. So you got to watch out for shady people, and shady people give everybody a bad name. But maybe work inside the communities, maybe your church, maybe the VA, maybe, different people, whatever. It's got to be people you come across in life. Now, not everybody's a hermit like me, but even I find, opportunities.
Right. And it's, not necessarily advertising, but kind of putting your product out there, whatever you want to, whatever your skill is, whatever you're good at. Just let your friends know.
Putting up fencing, masonry work. I've heard stories of people going and digging up fossils, like fossil beds.
Yeah.
Turns out there's people that buy that crap.
Yeah.
I don't even understand it, but...
I knew a guy that he worked for a company doing printing.
Yeah.
And he got pretty good at making forgeries of things.
Yeah? All right.
So he would tell me that he would sell... Indian arrowheads and axe heads.
Yeah, that he made himself.
And he said the trick was you have to make it like they made it,
right.
Chip it, and then what he would do is take pennies and dog shit and wrap it up in leather and bury it in the yard for 6 months, and then dig it up, and it would be all aged, and he said he could make $1,000 on
an arrowhead
on a axe head.
Oh, on one axe head.
On one axe head, he could make $1,000. So. There's definitely... I'm just telling you that so that you can watch it out.
Oh, you don't want to get fooled. All right, that's smart. You know what is another good one, believe it or not, is syrup.
Syrup?
Syrup. Tapping trees, making syrup. I was reading an article about a 16-year-old kid who's making $40,000 a year.
Really?
Just off
trees?
Either asking his neighbors, hey, can I use your trees? His own trees, and seeing what he could get, and it took it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks a year of nonstop crazy, because you got to keep that fire burning. You got to, I think it's like 10-1, boiling it down to get syrup.
But real maple syrup is expensive. It's I didn't realize when I was a child that I was just eating corn syrup on my pancakes. Actual maple syrup is not necessarily what you're going to find for $1.50 in the grocery store.
No. So, that's pretty cool. I don't know that this would be relevant today. I mean, maybe you look into it. But there was a big thing on NASA and astronaut autographs. And I saw this big, I read a couple articles on you can get them, you can write these guys and get them to send you stuff and different things over the year, and then you go to the right auctions. There's really big markets for for these guys.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin is still out there, man.
It's crazy. I can't believe that people pay money for that. I don't get it. It's a signature.
Who I realized I didn't realize was still alive is Chuck Yeager. the guy that broke the sound
Yeah,
barrier.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's up there.
He's kind
But
of,
he was a fighter
years old
pilot
when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was a fighter pilot in World War II. You don't see a lot of World War II guys, but apparently he was 16 when he joined the military.
Wow.
And so I mean, he's I think he's only 87. I thought he would be a lot older than that.
Yeah,
Maybe it was an old
surprising.
article I was reading, but I guess badasses when they survive,
They're hard to kill.
Their stuff, they're hard to kill after that.
All right. We had talked about another one is I knew a kid who's doing Amazon Prime, and what he's doing, ends up sell stuff on eBay that he ends up drop shipping through Amazon.
Really?
So he'll put it on eBay with free shipping, and then as soon as somebody buys it, he just goes to his Amazon Prime account, and you can put in any address you want, and Amazon will ship it for free. So Amazon ships it to the people who just bought it on eBay.
So he's just making himself a middleman.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm
nice.
like, so why aren't you just doing that all day? He's like, well, I just feel wrong, like I'm ripping people off. And I'm like, but you're making money, you're doing...
Yeah, what was that story about the guy that went to the dollar store and found those, I think it was Mickey Mantle cards.
All right.
And he bought them for $1, and then special Mickey Mantle commemorative card for free, $5 shipping and handling. And would ship the card out to people, charge for the $5 for shipping, and make a $3 profit on every one of them.
Nice.
Ended up buying like 1,000 of these cards and making a good little chunk of money.
There's also something called Fulfilled by Amazon. Now, what this is, it's weird because it's more set up like, say you have a patch that says like Prepping Badass on it, has like a nice little skull in there, bandana looks pretty cool. Something like that, right? And you're like, if I could sell that on Amazon, that would be cool. All right? Well, there's a way to do that. But let me one-up it. Now, Fulfilled by Amazon, if you went out, you set up this account, you can go find any product. It doesn't have to be your product. And Amazon will sell it. And it's weird because they have you ship it to Amazon. They have it there. People can buy it through Amazon Prime with free shipping. Amazon sends it to them and then sends you back a cut of the money.
Nice.
And so what I was reading about is people will go to like Target and they go to the clearance bins. They'll scan the items because there's apps for this in their phone, and it'll tell you what it's selling for on Amazon. And they say, oh, I know it that I'm going to get like 30% profit because basically Amazon gets about 30%. You hope to spend 30% on the product, and then you get 30% back.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but I was talking to a girl
that
who
adds
did
up to
this.
90%. That's the numbers.
Listen, jackass. The middleman.
All right.
The middleman is getting that one. No, I think it's shipping was the 10%. But anyway, was you shipping it to Amazon.
Right.
Was your overhead. But whatever, I don't know. So the bottom line, Fulfilled by Amazon is something you might want to look at because people were going to places like Target, Walmart, buying the clearance stuff, seeing what it's selling for on Amazon, buying a ton of it, and then dumping it. Because believe it or not, things in your community might be a different price than somebody else.
Right.
And things are very different for people who don't live right next to a Target or a Walmart. Turns out there's places in America like that.
Right. I
mean,
they haven't reached everywhere yet.
They haven't. And actually, they're all closing down. It's kind of
Walmarts
weird.
are?
Walmarts, Targets, all of them.
Stores aren't. Those types of stores aren't surviving as well with the shipping and handling system. You know
what? I found I went to Lowe's the other day and I needed a 5/8 drill bit for making 80% lowers. And I'm like, you guys don't have that. And so I bought a 1/2 inch and I bought some other stuff. And I was going to check out and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. They don't have what I want. And I just went and put it back. And I was like, I'm just going to order it off Amazon. Because I'm tired of freaking they want my money and they can't even try and give me a good product.
Right.
And I'm like, it's not even worth it because I'll just go to Amazon. They'll have it at my house in 2 days. I'm not doing the project till the weekend.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. No, I see that a lot with, I remember I used to go to Lowe's and Home Depot, and
they don't even try.
Had people that worked there that knew what they were talking about.
It's ridiculous.
It's not the case anymore.
No, they don't even try. And I can still go to the mom and pop local hardware store, and they have everything I want every time.
Right.
And I'm like, how? How do you guys do it?
Yeah, it's a tiny little store, and you still have more stuff that I need.
Tiny store, and you always have what I need. And plus, they don't stand there and try and tell me the 8 fittings to do a plumbing job where the small mom and pop can do it in 1 fitting, and Home Depot needs 8 fittings at $4 each.
Yep.
And then, I paid $6 at the mom and pop place, but they had the one I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I don't know why those things upset me so much, but they do.
Yeah, no, it's not hard to get you filled with rage.
No. Another one I was thinking of is cedar shingles.
Yeah.
It is a skill. It takes some effort to learn. You could probably be knocking them out after an hour of watching YouTube, but after a couple weeks, you could be knocking them out like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could really be turning a profit. You start doing some, small sheds or even for your own little outbuildings.
Yeah.
You might find that that's pretty cool and a nice skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right, maybe you make a chicken coop with nice cedar shingles on it. Could you put that on the side of the road and sell it?
Yeah.
Maybe, These are the kind of things, house cleaning. Maybe something I don't want to do. I mean, I look pretty good in the little maid outfit, but...
Yeah, well, I was thinking I saw those advertisements where they'll come to your house and clean naked. So I was thinking maybe
Where do you see those advertisements?
Yeah, no, you haven't heard of this?
No, it's at the bowling alley?
I don't know, maybe. I don't remember where I saw it, but yeah, they'll come to your house and clean naked. So I was thinking about getting on that list.
You want to be the clean naked?
Yeah. I mean, you got to be careful about the products you use, You don't want any splashback with bleach.
No, you don't want that. So... I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. We just kind of wanted to cover some more. Get you guys thinking again. Just some kind of off-grid making money and little extra income might not hurt in these times. Help step up your prepping.
Yeah, an extra $200 here and there is definitely a nice thing to add to your weekly income.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, with that, check us out, preppingbadass.com. You got any questions, concerns, show ideas? One of you guys got out to us, want to do a show on knives, we can do that. We're getting there. We're starting to make some plans. Give us a couple weeks. We'll work something nice out.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions about things you might want to hear about, let us know. You can contact us on Gmail.
Gmail? What's the website there? Preppingbadass at
gmail.com.
All right. And... check us out on Facebook under Prepping Badass.
What are we doing with Patreon now? Are we still doing patches? Patches going out with Patreon?
Patreon, you commit $1 a month, and we'll hook you up. Send you some kind of Prepping Badass patch. What's $1? Come on.
Yeah.
It cost me 50 cents to ship it to your house. What do you want from me? That said, I think you guys are all caught up. And hey, if you have interest in growing ginseng or maybe going out and looking for it wild in the woods, maybe check out the free download in the show notes. Got a nice ebook for you.
And you can check us out. If you have any ideas on things we didn't cover today, let us know. Send us an email. Let us know. And
reviews in iTunes.
There you go.
All right. Have a good week. Stay safe.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today. Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With fishingbooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. Fishingbooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to fishingbooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
This episode is brought to you by Boat Trader, America's largest boating marketplace. Whether you're buying, selling, or upgrading, the Boat Trader app makes it easy. With the biggest selection of new and used boats from dealers and private sellers. Browse, compare, and even apply for financing. All in one place. Download the Boat Trader app and start your search today.